A world of color awaits in today's Luxe Jewelry Edit, and you are not going to want to miss it, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome to the Luxe Jewelry Edit. I'm Elizabeth Minieri, and today's show is going to all the corners of the world, from Tahitian pearls to Tanzanite. The most beautiful stones, the most exotic colors. I am bringing them all to you, one-of-a-kind pieces at the one-of-a-kind pricing that you have come to know and love from Gems and the Luxe Jewelry Edit. We are starting strong today with none other than the Abigail Pick of the day. You know, whenever I go through my show, I tend to go to the pieces that really speak to me the strongest for my first and last piece. And it is so funny that the Abigail Pick of the day ended up being that. And the reasoning would be her favorite color in the whole world is lavender. Not purple. She will absolutely correct you. She will also educate you on the difference between purple and lavender. Lavender is her favorite color in the world. So I was not surprised at all when this exquisite shade of Tanzanite, the most perfect blue, purple, lavender in Abigail's world I've ever seen. Now, if you are familiar with Tanzanite I have learned has almost a cult following. Tanzanite lovers have lots of Tanzanite. So I'm sort of curious to see how long this piece even lasts, because it is such a beautiful stone. The setting is next level. We'll talk about that in a second, but Tanzanite really does run a range of colors. That is one of the things that Tanzanite connoisseurs talk most about when they talk about it. And so the coloring on this one lends itself so beautifully to both shades. You see the purple, you see the blue, it kind of varies a little bit on this one as you move it and as the light hits it differently. But this is definitely going to lean slightly into the blue family, which I think is absolutely beautiful. It has been beautifully set in 18 karat white gold. The Tanzanite itself is cushion cut. And so if you are not familiar with cushion cut, it is essentially an emerald cut, but they have softened the corners. And what the softening of that corners does is it just allows for more faceting. And the more dimensions and the more faceting, that is always going to translate to light refraction, which we know translates to sparkle. So that is a big part of the reason, not just that it's a Tanzanite, and so the color is always going to be so varied and so beautiful, but by putting it in a cushion cut, we are really seeing that at another level. Again, all set in 18 karat white gold. We also have a full carat of diamonds all around the setting. So when we look up close, we have some larger stones that are set in between some really beautiful detail. I really want to make sure we take a look at the metal work here. You've got the mill grain detailing on a lot of the lines, but you have a mix, and I think this was a very clever design detail. You have the high polish lines and the mill grain lines mixed. Oftentimes a setting will have one or the other, that high polish finish or mill grain detail. This ring mixes both, and I think that is what is giving it such a substantial look. When you see the ring, it really catches your attention, really pulls you in. You of course have the beautiful halo with the pave setting, and that pave carries down on either side of the larger stones that are going down the band. Also, I want to make sure that you see the shape of the band itself. Do you see that little bit of edging? What that's doing is it's allowing the light to hit 3 different lines. It's very subtle. You'd almost miss it if you weren't really looking, but it's such an intentional detail from a design standpoint and from the way the ring is going to shine. Then same thing right here with the undercarriage. Such a beautiful and intentionally designed ring, just like you've come to expect from Gems and from me here at the Luxe Jewelry Edit, but almost a full carat of cushion cut Tanzanite, a full carat of round diamonds set in 18 karat white gold. Gems retails this ring for $24.85, an incredible deal for this quality of Tanzanite, but the Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive pricing is $2,000. So make sure you are calling, clicking, scanning, calling, however you take advantage of this deal. $2,000, this is not going to last. You will hear me talk a lot on today's episode about Gems one-of-a-kind pricing and the exclusive Luxe Jewelry Edit pricing. I'm going to talk a little bit more as the show goes on about how we are able to pass on these amazing deals to you, but the more important part is that you do not want to miss out on them. One-of-a-kind pieces at one-of-a-kind pricing means this is it. You see it, once it's gone, it is gone. So familiarize yourself with the interface you're watching. If you're gonna call, if you're gonna click, if you're gonna scan, if you're watching on YouTube, there's gonna be a link in the description below. Make sure you are ready to shop. This next piece is a rare vintage estate find for gems. It is almost a half carat of a pear-shaped blue sapphire. You know how much I love a pear shape, especially in a blue sapphire. Doesn't it give you kind of just that regal, almost peacock vibes? Love a pear-shaped sapphire. I love a pear-shaped anything. Love a pear-shaped sapphire. The blue in this particular sapphire is that beautiful, royal, classic, bold blue. I often think of it as all-American blue. It's just that right in the middle. It is so beautiful. It is hard to find, but that is what we have here, and we have almost a half carat of it. Then we have also almost a half carat of diamonds. They are all round cut diamonds that are hand set going around. This is set in platinum. Yes, not even white gold, this is platinum. Now I know what you're thinking, platinum, oh my heavens, this is out of my price point. No, I am able to pass on the savings of these pieces that Gems has because they work directly with manufacturers, designers, estates. They are able to get you some of the best deals, and then they allow me to give you an even better deal just as a thank you for tuning into today's show. So you are gonna die over the price for today's piece. The size of this ring, this is a small size. It is a size 3 3/4. And I know that sounds crazy. It sounded a little crazy to me, but remember, our jewelers can size rings, 1, 1.5, even 2 sizes, we can change it. And in fact, call and talk to them because they may even be able to do more. I don't always know. We have the best of the best here. So call and see what your size is if that's something that they can make work. But again, almost a half carat of blue sapphire, pear shape, almost a half carat weight of diamonds. It is all set in platinum. Gems is retailing this piece for, are you ready, $14.70. I have never in my life seen anything set in platinum for that pricing. They are so graciously allowing me to pass on a slightly bigger deal just as a way of saying thank you for tuning into today's show. Make sure you don't miss the next one, and that is $1,200 for this piece. This next piece is a stone that I wasn't even all that familiar with, and that has got to be one of the things that excites me the most about my job. I love when I get the opportunity to experience and learn about something new. So I do have a question. If you're watching on YouTube, if not, hop over to Instagram at Elizabeth.Minieri and you can comment there, but are you familiar with Black Opal? If you're not, I'm about to introduce you to the most beautiful ring, but I want to know, are you familiar with it? Do you have it? Comment below on YouTube, or again, if you are watching on Gems Plus, hop on over to Instagram at Elizabeth.Minieri and let me know there. This is another rare vintage estate find in a beautiful 1.5 carat black opal. And it is of course oval shaped. Look at the color. Have you ever seen anything like this? It is like a pastel rainbow all in one stone. Now we have almost another full carat of diamonds. So we've got the round and so beautiful and thoughtfully designed, the baguette going sideways up the side. So it is not a split shank. However, they have sort of divided it with stones, which is just absolutely stunning and great focal point for the eye. They've put the round in the middle, they've put the baguettes on each side. Of course, that brings our eye up to the round diamonds here, which is a beautiful way to present this black opal. This ring, again, it's another small size, it's 5 1/4. So this is a ring size 5 1/4. But again, our jewelers can size things 1, 1.5, 2 sizes. Always call and ask. So if you love something and it is not your ring size, I know this is definitely a smaller size, call and see if there's something that they can do to make it work. Again, we have 1.5 carats of black opal here. We have almost a full carat weight of baguette diamonds, and it is a ring size 5 1/4. The retail price on Gems for this ring is $6,610. Your Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive pricing is $5,300. $5,300 for this ring. Call, click, scan, whatever your preferred method of ordering is, but act quickly because that is an incredible deal on a very rare and beautiful piece. If you are just now tuning in, welcome. We have already covered a few beautiful pieces and incredible deals. So if you missed it, make sure you go back and you catch the rebroadcast on YouTube. While you're there, make sure you are subscribing and you have your notifications turned on so you never miss another episode, because the pieces and the deals I am giving you here on the Luxe Jewelry Edit are unbelievable. You never want to miss an episode. Up next, I have a beautiful Tahitian pearl ring. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I grew up feeling like a pearl was just the epitome of elegance and success and femininity. It was sort of one of those benchmark pieces of jewelry. So I think diamond is one for us girls. Pearl is another. And as I get older, I have an appreciation for pearl that is set in a unique or an exotic or an exceptionally decadent way. So like a classic pearl or a classic strand or stud is wonderful, but when we can add a bit of decadence and elegance to it, that is what we've done here with this ring, and it is a win. First, let's go ahead and look at this halo. We have over a 1/4 carat weight of diamonds. It is set in white gold, and in the halo, it is a micro pave style halo. They are going around the top, so the surface facing the pearl. They also have the pave set diamonds going around the side. So even the profile of this ring is absolutely beautiful. I love the way that we've done pave down the band. So we've got it right here that leads so beautifully up into that halo. And the presentation of the pearl, the way it sits above the halo, what a stunning design detail. So much surface. Look at that color. Look at that color and the way it changes. And I also want to showcase contributing to the tall presentation that is so elegant and regal in this ring. They've done that. They've elevated it here on the side in the metalwork. So look at this these cutouts. That kind of metalwork, that takes time, that takes skill. That is the kind of detail that you only see at Gems. That is what we are known for. Not just our incredible pricing, but jewelers and manufacturers that put this kind of detail into their pieces. This is 11.5 millimeters of Tahitian pearl, and it is, again, over a 1/4 carat weight of round diamonds. It is all set in 14 karat white gold. This is a ring size 7. Now, that's a pretty popular ring size, so my guess is there's going to be a lot of competition, but still call, click, scan. You never know. If you're not a size 7, keep in mind that our jewelers can size pieces, so call and ask about that. This ring retails on Gems for $14.80. Your exclusive Luxe Jewelry Edit, only available by watching this show, tuning in and shopping here, is $1,200. $1,200 for 11.5 millimeter Tahitian pearl over a 1/4 of diamonds set in 14 karat white gold. Before we go into this next piece, an absolutely stunning emerald ring, I do want to share a little bit about why and how we are able to offer such incredible pricing on pieces that are already one of a kind, pieces that I would happily pay far more for than the prices that we are sharing with y'all. How do we do it? Is it a scam? What are, or is the quality not there? No, quite the contrary. Gems works with some of the best jewelry designers, manufacturers, and artisans all over the globe. And because we work directly with them and we bring our products straight to you here on Gems Plus or on YouTube, wherever you're watching, by cutting out all of the middleman and traditional retail, we are able to save so much money and pass that savings directly on to you. That is where we get our Gems pricing. Now, the Luxe Jewelry Edit, that's a little extra special. I love what I do. I love this job. Getting to come on here and share the most beautiful pieces of jewelry I've ever seen for great deals with you is the job of my dreams. And the only way I get to keep doing it is by having y'all tune in with me and join me every week. So my way of saying thank you, my way of saying don't ever miss a Thursday at 3 or Sunday at 2 is by giving just a little bit extra of a deal than you would see even in the traditional Gems pricing. We have over a carat of an oval cut emerald, almost 3/4 carat weight of round diamonds. It is all set in 14 karat yellow gold. I want to take a moment, love the oval shape here, but really take in the color. This is such a beautiful shade. I think the faceting really contributes to it, but look at this beautiful shade of emerald. Just a true beautiful green. And this, again, over a half carat, just shy of 3/4 of a carat of diamond. They are round diamonds. They are prong set. This is not a pave. This is not a micro pave. And what they've done is they've so beautifully designed it that they go down the side. This middle band on the side, I want to turn it so you can get a good close look, is slightly elevated. And so what that's doing, if you kind of see it move, look at the way that lends to some really unique sparkle. You don't lose any of the three lines, which is such a beautiful design detail. And then we carry that right into a swirling halo. So instead of your traditional complete halo that is sort of melded into the sides, the actual band itself just continues to carry around. It's such a fluid and continuous design, a little bit modern, and yet at the same time, this ring is so special because while I would say a design detail like that in the halo is a bit more modern, it is also so traditional in using emerald as the stone and just the overall setting of it, the 3 rows of diamonds going down the side. So much thoughtful and intentional design detail has gone into this ring, which makes the pricing all the more incredible. Over a carat of oval cut emerald and over a half carat, almost 3/4 carats of diamond. It is all set in 14 karat yellow gold. This is a ring size 7, very popular ring size. So one of a kind piece at a one of a kind price. Get ready to call, click, scan, whatever you need to do if that is your ring size. If it is not, keep in mind, our jewelers can size 1, 1.5, 2 sizes. Always call and see if they can make it work for whatever size you are. Gems retail on this piece, $3,210. A tremendous deal. That is already 40, 50, 60% off what this would retail for in a traditional retail. The Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive pricing is $2,300. $2,300 for over a carat of emerald, over a half carat of diamond set in 14 karat yellow gold. It is a size 7. Let's move to earrings. Now, I love a ring. I think anyone who knows me well would say I am by and large a ring girl. But let me tell you, a beautiful, sparkly, dangly earring that adds some color, adds some brightness, adds some sparkle around your face. It's like better than any highlighter or facelift you could ever get. And that is what these earrings are that I have next. 2 carats of emerald. They are, of course, emerald cut, which that is kind of fun to say. Emerald cut emerald, absolutely beautiful shade of green. Very unique. In fact, I looked at them and the color really kind of caught me. It was different from what I generally see. So absolutely beautiful. Love the emerald cut. We've talked a lot about emerald cut, but one of the things that it is best known for is you end up with step cut faceting. And so that is always going to show and present differently in a stone. And it really allows the depth of color looking into the stone to be showcased. So a beautiful choice in a stone like emerald where you're able to see, sometimes when you look at them in different cuts and different faceting, they can sort of look all one color, which is beautiful. But in this case, by adding that step cut faceting, we are able to see a little more depth. We're able to see a little bit of a range all in the same stone. That is so beautiful. We also have over a 1/4 carat weight of diamond. You will notice 2 different cuts of diamond. You have both baguette and round. So the round is being used in the halos and the baguette is being used to connect the 2 pieces. So you essentially have kind of the stud here and then once again just a larger size of that same shape, the halo and the emerald cut down here, and it is connected by baguette diamonds. What I love about this earring, I mean, there is a lot I love about this earring, but the way it is connected, it is going to dangle and dance on your ear, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. I also think it is just a great length. This is not going to be super long. So while it is a dangle, and while that generally makes me think more of an evening wear or a special occasion wear, this, if you look at how it is sitting on this stand, it is not overly long. It is not something that is going to be in the way in everyday life. So this is absolutely something that you could wear to work or you could wear out to lunch and not feel like it was too much or it was in the way. Absolutely. It's an elevated everyday for sure. I mean, I don't know that this would be my everyday carpool mom earring, but for sure it can be worn with a more casual look and just elevate it. And I think that would be a perfect pairing. It is all set in 14 karat yellow gold. 2 carats of emerald and over a 1/4 carat of round and baguette diamonds set in 14 karat yellow gold earrings. Gems is retailing these earrings for $2,385. Your exclusive Luxe Jewelry Edit pricing, for watching this show today, and ordering right here, right now is $19.50. Under $2,000 for these beautiful earrings, but you have to act now. You have to order through my show. Do not miss out on this deal. Have you always wanted to own a gemstone that maybe dates back to 6,000 years ago? Maybe something that was carved and worn by Egyptian pharaohs or crushed into paint for the Renaissance? If so, this next piece might just be the piece that's missing from your jewelry box. Let me present to you our top gen quality certified Afghani lapis lazuli and white gold necklace. If you are not familiar with this stone, I'm sorry, and I am so glad that I am getting to introduce you to it right now. This stone is like wearing the night sky. You have these shades of blue, everything from royal blue to deep midnight blue, all within each individual bead. And then when you look really closely, you have these subtle and yet absolutely beautiful flecks of gold, just organically scattered all throughout each of the beads. So subtle, so natural. The fact that this dates back 6,000 years to actual royalty, I mean, sold, and I can tell you right now, my husband would be sold on that one. This necklace is 18 inches in length. And I also want you to see just a little bit of perspective. These beads are substantial. So this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful statement necklace when you think about the size of it. But again, it's 18 inches, so it's going to fall in a really easy to wear length. Also, what I love about this necklace as I was looking at it, the beads are large, very prominent, very much a statement necklace. However, I think especially being the summer, anytime something is beads versus gemstone or something that's more of a pendant style, it also lends itself to a slightly more natural vibe as well. So while you could easily wear this at an elevated dress up level because of what it is, I honestly could pair this with jean shorts and a cute top for a 4th of July cookout, and I would feel incredible. Each of these beads is 12 millimeters in size. Again, it is 18 inches in length. It is top gen quality certified Afghani lapis lazuli. It retails on Gems for $565, but I was still able to get just a little bit more of a deal for you. Your Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive pricing is $550, and you can wear the same stone that royalty has worn centuries ago. How incredible. If you are just now joining us, I want to welcome you. We are looking at stones and colors from around the world. If you missed the beginning of today's show, make sure you catch the rebroadcast on YouTube. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe and have your notifications turned on so you never miss another episode or deal. Let's take another look at Tanzanite, another beautiful color, this time in a pendant. Now, just like the ring I showed you earlier, the color of this Tanzanite is incredible. I know Tanzanite lovers, you are a world and a cult following of your own, and I absolutely love it. Anytime I show a Tanzanite, all over my Instagram, all over YouTube, y'all go crazy, and I get it. The color of the two stones I have shown you today, I know you are gonna lose your mind over, and that makes me so happy. We have over 3/4 carats of Tanzanite in this necklace. It is, of course, cut into an oval shape. We have over 1/4 carat weight of diamond in the halo. It is all set in 14 karat white gold. I want to take a moment and just let you see the way the stones are set in this halo. This is not a pave, this is an individual prong set. So you have a slightly larger surface size to all of your diamonds, and it is absolutely beautiful. By setting it in the white gold as well, that is creating an even bigger visual impact so that over 1/4 carat diamond weight really looks closer to or over a half. We are just creating that visual image of more. The chain is 18 inches in length. That is also in 14 karat white gold. If you are a lover of Tanzanite, I actually really want to hear, because again, I know the feedback I get when I show these pieces. If you are not following me on Instagram, head on over at elizabeth.minieri. Let me know how much you love Tanzanite, and mostly, how many pieces do you have? Because y'all, none of you stop at 1 or 2 or 3, and you are my people. When you find your signature stone, you lean in hard and you buy all the things. The price I have for you today on this particular Tanzanite necklace is absolutely incredible. Are you ready to hear? Our gems price on this particular piece retails at $17.05. Now, that is an incredible price for Tanzanite. $17.05 for Tanzanite, this beautiful, of this color quality, and this cut is already incredible. But even a smidge better, your Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive pricing is $13.75. So over 3/4 carats of oval Tanzanite, over a 1/4 carat weight of diamond, all set in a 14 karat white gold 18-inch necklace for $13.75 exclusively on the Luxe Jewelry Edit. Look at the color on this ruby. This almost made me think of a rhodolite. In fact, I had to look at it and look at my notes really quickly to make sure. You do not often see a ruby that has this lean towards the berry pink. It is probably my favorite shade of a ruby. I mean, they are all beautiful. It is, of course, my birthstone. I'm a July baby, but this particular color is so beautiful, and yet because it is cut in an oval, and we all know the faceting that comes with oval is particularly good for stones that have a real depth and deepness. So your rubies, your garnets, your sapphires, those are all stones that particularly shine in an oval cut. So that is what we are seeing here. The way when you look into the center, it almost lights up from the center. How incredible is that? And on the topic of detail, this halo, I do not get to show these very often. I do not own one personally, and it is on my list of things to own in my own personal jewelry collection, but a snowflake halo. The way it multiplies the amount of sparkle you are getting compared to this same amount of diamonds would probably be a traditional double halo, which again is beautiful and would give a tremendous amount of sparkle, especially because the individual stones, they are all round and they are all prong set, so they are substantial in size. But when you add the element of scatter, if you will, the way a snowflake halo comes together, the way light hits each of the stones at so many different angles, so you're not looking at the same lineup of each of the stones. So the way in a traditional halo, you're looking at the top of all of the stones. Here, you're seeing some side, you're seeing some top, you're seeing some towards the bottom. That is refracting the light so magnificently, and that is where we are getting a really unique sparkle. It also really elevates the visual shape of the ring. So sometimes part of what makes a piece really beautiful and really one of a kind is just what is your eye taking in from a visual silhouette perspective. And in this ring, having the snowflake halo, it's not only giving you a lot of sparkle, but it is giving you that visual silhouette that is so unique and beautiful. Also take in this thick band, which opens so beautifully into the halo. Over a full carat of ruby, of course, cut in oval shape, we have over a 1/2 carat of diamonds in this setting. It is all set in platinum. It is a ring size 8 1/4, but as I always remind you, our jewelers can size here in-house. So give a call, let them know your ring size. We can let you know if that's something we can size it to. This ring is a size 8 1/4. Gems is retailing this ring at $41.40. Already a tremendous deal. That is 40, 50, 60% off what you would see that in a traditional retailer. But your Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive pricing is $33.50. $33.50 for over a carat of a beautiful ruby with diamonds in a most incredible setting, size 8 1/4. Closing out today's show with the showstopper. This piece, I immediately knew it was going to be my showstopper. So unique, so beautiful. It is a ruby. It is an incredible color, and wait till you see the cut. Now, this is another vintage estate find for gems, and it is over a carat of a Mozambique ruby. It is a pear shape, but it is an elongated pear shape. So the bottom is slightly more narrow than we sometimes see in a pear shape, and it's going a little bit longer. What I love they have done with the design of that, from both a comfort and just a visual aesthetic perspective, is they have slightly offset it. So instead of going straight up and down, which sometimes an elongated pear can be a little bit uncomfortable when worn that way just because of the size that it takes up, that is both a comfort and an aesthetic decision, and I love that kind of attention to detail. That is one of the things that I am the most proud of when it comes to gems. There is so much attention to detail, both from a comfort, from a quality, and just from a design perspective, all of the jewelers that we work with. This ruby also has, you'll see this rose gold metalwork. Now this is a two-tone ring because we've got the rose gold metalwork going around the pear shape, and part of it is how it is holding the stone in place. That is absolutely what they are using in place of prongs. But it has been very intentionally done to have this particular way of holding the stone in because it is adding such a beautiful visual. And by adding that little bit of rose gold up there, specifically between the diamonds and the ruby, look at what it is doing to the color. Look at how deep and almost cranberry that shade of ruby is. That is such a beautiful shade of ruby. Now the diamonds, we have a 1/2 carat weight of diamonds, so you will notice that in this halo, they are absolutely a larger surface size than we sometimes see. We also have them graduated. So up here at the point of the halo, because they are following the same pear shape as the stone, they are smaller, and then it graduates up to your largest stone here at the bottom. And then on the side, we have the smallest of stones going down the band, but it is still not a pave. They are individual prong set diamonds, so there is still a significant surface there. Again, it is all totaling about a 1/2 carat. The band is 18 karat white gold. So we have 18 karat rose gold here holding in the ruby, then we have the 18 karat white gold, and I do want to put it on and show you this beautiful swirl detail. So that is what allows us to have this offset. How pretty is that? What a statement. That is why this ring was the showstopper. I mean, so many eye-catching aspects. You almost don't know what your eye is seeing or taking in or finding first. It's just in awe when you take in this ring, but I love the design detail of the way the band kind of swirls and comes together. This rare estate find is over a carat of Mozambique ruby. It is pear-shaped. We are putting that with over a 1/2 carat of diamond. It is set in both 18 karat white and rose gold. Now this ring is a size 7, but as I always tell you, our jewelers can size our rings. So when you call, just ask, tell them what your ring size is, and they will let you know if that is something that we can accommodate. But we are always happy to size rings for you. We want you to have your dream jewelry, especially at the prices we are able to offer them. On that note, Gems is retailing this spectacular piece at $9,625. Your Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive price, I almost fell over $7,700 for this incredible piece. I cannot believe it, but that brings us to the end of our show today. I hope you had as much fun as I had showing these pieces to you. I hope you learned something. I hope you found the perfect piece of jewelry and you were able to get it for the Luxe Jewelry Edit exclusive pricing that no doubt blew your mind the way it blew mine. Make sure that if you are watching on YouTube, you have subscribed and you have your notifications turned on. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at elizabeth.minieri and tag me with the pieces you shop from my show. Most importantly, make sure you never miss an episode. Thursdays at 3 o'clock, Sundays at 2. I will see you soon.